never quit, we always keep on going. Quitters never win, but we're always growing. Hey there, big cat, let's chase the highest vibration. Together we'll create a new world, a brand new nation.
Namaste! Grand Rising Big Cat Fire Signs. Welcome or welcome back to Big Cat Astrology. Big Cat Wave. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. The planetary hot topics to add to your almanac over the next 7 days. On the 14th of April, the Moon in Cancer trines Saturn in Pisces. During this period, it's a fabulous, gorgeous and lovely time to conduct business meetings, especially with influential individuals. Seeking guidance from women can also offer you invaluable insight. It's essential to exercise emotional discipline to ensure that you make clear-headed decisions, particularly in regards to financial matters. On the 15th, the Moon in Cancer squares Mercury in Aries. Anticipate communication delays and exercise caution when traveling during this transit. Guard against mental distractions and emotional turbulence. Do your level best to maintain focus whilst being challenged. Practice mindfulness in your interactions and double-check messages to prevent misunderstandings. On the 16th, the Moon in Leo opposes Pluto in Aquarius. Stay alert for potential conflicts stemming from power struggles and ego clashes during this transit. Approach family disputes with diplomacy, especially concerning shared finances. Maintain composure and employ resourcefulness to resolve conflicts. Avoid unnecessary drama.com. On the 17th, the Moon in Leo squares Jupiter in Taurus. Exercise caution today as you may be prone to excess. Avoid investing money in real estate, home decor or renovations. It's also not an ideal time for any form of risk-taking or gambling due to having a heightened emotional involvement. Females may experience discomfort in the womb, hips, lower back, and stomach during this time. On the 18th, the Moon in Leo trines the Sun in Aries. This aspect brings overall happiness, life success, health and well-being. Expect harmony with parents and family, as well as pleasant interactions with your partner. If you're single, it's an opportune time to go out on dates. On the 19th, the Sun enters Taurus, signaling it's Taurus season. Signifying a period of stability and sensual pleasure. This earthly sign emphasizes the need for stability, comfort, and material security, as well as promoting patience for the results of your efforts. On the 20th, Jupiter in Taurus is conjunct to Uranus in Taurus at 21 degrees, an extremely lucky transit. It represents a significant opportunity for independence, innovation, and bravery. Push beyond your comfort zone and focus on ventures that will broaden your future prospects. Please watch my comprehensive messages on this conjunction. They delve into the impact on each sun, moon, and rising sign, as well as the house it falls in for each sign. Please stay tuned in for the tarot reading to follow. Big Cat Wave. Namaste! Grand Rising Fire Signs, welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for messages for the next 7 days. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Big Cat Wave. Let's dive in and unpack. This is Chinese numerology. It's a low shoe grid. Check it out, darling dears. Remember, I'm a pointer, not a picker. You have free will, darling dears. Wow, outside of the box, darling dears. the number 4 represents communication, darling dears. So you've got communication coming towards you outside of yourself, or someone who's outside of your perimeter, someone who's not allowed to come in, right? Listen, let me feng shui myself. So you have the energy of the 4 and the energy of the 2. Big cat, you've also landed in the northwardly direction, darling dears. This is represented by water energy, darling dears. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So it could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio that's coming to you from a northerly direction, or you live in the north, darling dears. Well, guess what? We got Games of Thrones up in this bitch. The north remembers. You've got the memory of an elephant, okay? You can forgive them from a distance. Doesn't mean that they're allowed to come and play what kung fu in your life, darling dears. No, that's so wrong. Outrageous, I know, darling dears. You landed on the energy of a 1. So number 1 reminds you to go and take a look at your life path, darling dears. Yes, it does. It also speaks about your career, darling dears. Some of you are journeying towards a new career. Yes, you are. It could be the spiritual coming into the physical. From Kitha to Malkuf. Yeah, fist bump. It also speaks about definitely someone, my fire sign, whether you are sun, moon, or rising, or maybe even north node, because we are in the north, darling dears. You're about to have a career change. Water energy could be something to do with a spiritual business, or you're being intuitively guided to run, don't walk. Remember, listen to that inner voice. It's God talking to you, darling dears. God was tricky, hid inside each and every one of us, but it's for us to get quiet enough to hear his words, his comfort and guidance. Love it. I don't hate it. Yes, baby. So the energy of the 1 is telling you to stay strong on your journey and on your purpose, darling dears. Use determination and tenacity as only a ibex big cat can. The downside is that you're coming from a period where you've been a period of stagnation or rigidity, or maybe you've been inflexible. Maybe what's hindering your process. Listen to your intuition and your discernment, darling dears. This is not the time for you to be hindering your own progress. Good golly and gosh. Let's press on. Oh gosh, I was using my table. Oh, nearly told you my business. Then I tell you nothing. Not because we're not besties and everything. I tell you when it's done. What I was doing isn't done yet, so it can't be told. It's between me and God. Fist bump. Right. Let's drop down and get our eagle on. You could be a life path 6, or your birthday could be the 6th, the 15th, the 20th, or the 24th, darling dears. Or it's a significant date or number in your life. We are still fast approaching the 15th and the 24th. Why? Because Sunday is going to be the 14th, the 15th is the next day, and the 24th will be the next week. All right. The number 6 is also ruled by the master number 33. You are a natural spiritual teacher, darling dears. You are giving people spiritual lessons. Hence, people that crossed you, darling dears, is about to get a lot of karma immediately, darling dears, especially once you change this career once and for all, darling dears. Why? Because you're going to come out on top. You're a master teacher. It's about you being peaceful, darling dears, and resilient. But with your career, you're going to be an extrovert. I know, bestie. I am ambivert, right? But when it comes to your future, the one that you are carving out for yourself, you've got to be extrovert, darling dears. You've got to get out there and take what's yours. Why? The universe is abundant. There's enough for everyone. Okay. The master number 33 is about you using your voice and your vision to elevate others in the most profound way. So if you are doing a spiritual business, you could be a tarot reader, you could be a Reiki master, you could be a masseur, a hairdresser, because I'm telling you, hairdressers make the best spiritual advisors, darling dears. Trust and believe, because they've heard it all before. Come through, Sunshine Adams. Posh, clap. Yeah. Anyhow, let's press on, darling dears. Let's press on. The number 6 is ruled by Venus. Venus, the planet of beauty. It's about art as well, artistry. You are an artist. How you perpetrate your words, or your duties, your whatever your creativity is, whatever this business is, darling dears, that you're guided towards. This is your green light. Okay. The planet Venus, darling dears. It also tells us that you have been using some kind of a skill, but it's a natural inborn talent, darling dears, which is going to bring you what? Insurmountable abundance. Why? Venus is the planet of money. Skrilla.com. The number 6 is represented by the letters F, O, and X, and Venus represents the letters U, V, and W. Venus also represents what? Taurus and Libra energy, sun, moon, or rising, darling dears. Good golly and gosh, natural born healer, but it also speaks about jester. A jester? A jester is somebody who makes light, has fun, maybe is the fool, but you are not the fool. You've got the 2020 of Venus on you, darling dears. Something in 2020 was significant for you. Some new level of abundance, which is what? The Geiger counter of what's coming now, darling dears. Why? You had to be what? Resilient and work hard on some talent, some skill. But it's definitely a career change for you over the next 7 days. So this reading is also going to be about the 6th house, hence the number 6. The 6th house is about what? Your employment, darling dears. Your subordinates, your co-workers. It's about you healing a sickness, maybe the sickness that you felt being in that situation. Somebody's also being prompted to take more training, could be in the caring profession or in taking care of yourself. It's about your hygiene, your daily routines, your tasks. Everything's changed up. Your whole diet's changed up. I think this new moon solar eclipse in Aries has what? Opened us all up in a different spiritual way, darling dears. And for those that know, you know what's going on. Posh clap. As do I, darling dears. As do I. That's why I did the Daniel fast. You were still allowed to eat because it wasn't for the weight loss, darling dears. And it wasn't because I was denying myself, because my belly was well and truly full. Not to the brim, darling dears. Not to the brim. Not to the point where I had to hate my full existence. No, it wasn't like that. Let's get the energy of Venus out so we can continue to remind ourselves of what's going on. You have the energy of the 2. The 2 speaks about this being an adventure. This is a good time for a business venture, signing off contracts. The best day this week for you would be around the 14th, darling dears. Okay, a new job, maybe a sponsorship deal. All these things are coming through. You're going to be getting gifts, darling dears, as if from nowhere, right? But it's all part of your design plan. Something that happened to you in 2020 showed you that you can be the baddest of them all. Ibex. You're saying, why Ibex, Case? Have you not seen the Ibex goat running across a sheer mountain, right? The face of it, darling dears. A cliff face, clinging on by God knows what. I know that it has to learn to climb for the minerals. And it's got a specially shaped foot, darling dears. But good God, they run at speed and they play tag. Are you kidding me? All right. This is what you did, darling dears. Possibly how your spiritual guides chased you into what? Working on this idea, this skill, this talent. Venus rules, as I said, Taurus and Libra. Taurus is what? The house of values. It's your resources. It's about your skills. It's about your past. People in the past that underestimated you, darling dears, or tried to keep you down. Oh no, you had to keep it moving. Yeah, push, clap. Anyhow, let's press on. Venus also rules Libra, the house of what? Contractual partnerships, darling dears. It could be someone that you was married to, friends, relatives, all of the above, darling dears. But they're realizing that they was loyal to the wrong things. Yes, low vibing, darling dears. Some of them you may have had to get a habeas corpus on in the lower courts in the form of defamation of character. It had something to do with a contract, possibly the negotiation of property. Yeah, they projected a lot onto you, darling dears, but it's what? Boomeranging back to them. Something to do with paternal grandfather or maternal grandmother. But somebody is really into the fashion and beauty industry. Listen, it's not oversaturated. 10-10 on the counter, darling dears. For me, that means breakthrough for you. The universe has your back, darling dears. Continue on your purpose. And remember, 10-10 is what? Source binary. Okay then. Original. You are original, okay? Okay. Get your works out there, darling dears. Right, we was getting the card for Venus. If it's not hiding, I think it's hiding. Or am I seeing doubles? Hold on a minute, just a second, guys. This is outrageous. I had it in my hand yesterday because I was doing readings for most of the day. Now my OCD wants to kick in and have me searching with a frenzy. I'm not going to do it, darling dears, but I will fill it in at the ending of the read. Listen, I've got to drag my hands off. Anyhow, as I was saying, the energies of Venus, darling dears. Abundance, knowing your worth. It's about beautification. Yes, and it's also what the nurturing and the healing that you've done for yourself, darling dears. This is what the epitome of the new moon solar eclipse in Aries is all about, darling dears. So many things was revealed. Listen, hey, okay. If you know, you know. All right, let's press on. Let's get your oracle ancestral message. All these piles that look like the cards itself keep going into my cards that I haven't seen for months, darling dears. When sometimes the cards hide from you, you know. They do. It can't be to test my knowledge because my mind is what? Like I've got a photographic memory of total instant recall, darling dears. Especially when I do that. But I don't know where the cards are. That's got nothing to do with me because I know where... Listen. Let's not pick on me, eh? Don't judge me. Let's get your oracle ancestral message. We're going to use the Distant Travelers Oracle. If you'd like to pick it up, follow the link in my description box to my Amazon storefront, and you too shall be the owner of said deck. Oracle ancestral messages for the fire signs for the next 7 days. I just said we had 10 on the clock, and there's a 10 here. So 3 10s on the tableau, darling dears. You're getting 10s across the board. Thank you. Your first one is what? Wandering path. Enjoy the journey. Did I not say that it's been a journey for some big cat from since 2020, where you had to release yourself from foxes, find a new direction, darling dears. And it's also what? Building back your self-confidence. A lot of yellow. This is the solar plexus. Okay. Venus is represented by the frequency 639. Play that over the next 7 days, darling dears, especially when you're sleeping, right? Because this is a new direction you're taking, darling dears. But a fox is cunning. They move smoothly. A fox doesn't tell the chicken its next move, right? Because you're about to make breakthrough, darling dears. Listen, I can't make it up. A breakthrough is at hand. Look how you saw the cards fall out. You may think that you're walking backwards or you're underwater, darling dears, but you was being prepared for just this moment. Yeah. Remember I told you that. Enjoy your journey, darling dears. We get so caught up in the outcome that we forget to enjoy the journey, because everything was a learning curve and it's a lesson. And you've what? Recalibrated your cranium. You understood the importance of your prefrontal cortex, your hippocampus, and your amygdala. Fist bump. Base of the deck, darling dears. Finding sanctuary. Okay, opening to your spiritual source. I can't make this up. You are being protected and guided by your ancestral team. Where is your altar? Have you lit a candle for them? Burnt any incense? Said any prayers? Offered them thanks and gratitude for putting up with you, even though when it was a close call, they was like, is this really the one? Oh, they couldn't question God. No, they spoke amongst themselves. And I've told you already about the 64 souls that are with you at this moment in time, even though we have what? Millions, darling dears. But these 64 chose to help you through the age of Aquarius, through this new moon solar eclipse in Aries. Listen, and the fact that we're going to have the Uranus conjunct Jupiter in Taurus at 21 degrees, darling dears, on the 20th of April 2024, the luckiest day of the year. And it's also what? One of the palindrome dates. Palindrome. Listen, I'm a pointer, not a picker. You can choose to find out that or not, but it's your choice. The luckiest day of the year. New business, launching something new. All right. Fist bump. I don't want to push you too hard, darling dears. You've got to what? Find your feet. As a big cat, you will. You will. Right, let's ask some direct questions and push on at a hot trot. Base of your deck, darling dears. You've got the badass alchemist ways. The magician is air as well as Mercury energy, and it also speaks about a distance or a traveling to a distance. Maybe it's a short distance, darling. This could be for a business trip, but things are going to be going your way. We have the energy of the 4, as I said, communication. You're getting some communication in, but it's something that you've actually manifested. When we see the magician, it speaks about your resourcefulness, and again, as above, so below. From Kitha to Malkuth, hold your intention, darling dears. What you focus on grows, and you've come too far to be taken out at this stage of the game. In my Sophia voice, push, clap. All my life I had to fight. Yeah, you did. But you fought the good fight, darling dears. All of this dull yellow, darling dears, it wants to be sacral chakra. People don't like the confidence, this newfound confidence that you have. Why? Nobody watches you closer than a hater. Or someone that's done you wrong, blood. They can't help it. They are compelled by your ancestral team to wake up at the 3 a.m. and ponder what's going on with you. Base of the deck, they're under judgment, darling dears. And they would like a second chance. Pardon me. That's a spiritual belch because I speaks the truth. Roof. Pinkies up. Right. Finances and work for my fire signs for the next 7 days. Finances and work. Hangman. Things are, listen, you're changing your perspective. Hangman also speaks about somebody's in the prison service. Or even a care worker, because I already said care worker. Somebody's going for a different training, darling dears. They're leaving one profession but to go to one which is more heartfelt, and then it won't feel like a job. Maybe you're striking out on your own, offering some form of service. I told you this reading is about the 6th house, darling dears. Changing up your routine. Yeah, yes you are. Hangman is water as well as Neptune energy. Neptune is the planet of disillusionment, darling dears. Okay. Make this change in a realistic way, darling dears, and we do it in what? Baby steps, what? But we still always continue forwards, never backwards. Clarify the Hangman. Listen, baby, brum brum. Listen, zim zimmer, where's the keys to your bimmer? That's a BMW, darling dears. Come through, Beanie Man. Posh, clap, love it. I don't hate it, darling dears. This is abundance, darling dears. You, like I said, you've been feeling maybe stuck or stagnant up to this point. Okay, when we see the oh gosh, come on, where is it? I can't even see it now. Here it is, the mouse. It means mundane, darling dears. You've been going through the usual, but remember, this is a spiritual intervention. Remember, Hangman, this is a secure position. If you're going to be looking for like a loan or help from an influential person, darling dears, the best time would be to do it is around the 14th, and then again around the is it 18th or 19th? Yes, baby. This is a stable foundation, a new business, a new home. Yep. It could also be a promotion within your business. Why? Didn't you see the owls in the trees? Yes, baby. You got it in the cranium, darling dears. Can I say more, Skrilla? This is success. This is certification, darling dears. This skill, whatever it is that you've been fostering, darling dears, Divine wants you to what? Ride it until the wheels fall off. This is giving you what? Your mental health a boost, your financial health a boost. This is talking, I'm talking different tax bracket, darling dears. Different tax bracket. I can barely get it out. The 8 of Pentacles also speaks about you working with your hands, darling dears, but you are committed to this new direction. It's about you raising the bar. Yeah. And again, the eight could speaks about certification, but it also speaks about higher learning. Maybe this is where you're going towards higher learning. Again, 6th house, more training is required. You're going to do it. Always be an eternal student, darling dears, but your finances and everything is stable and above stable over the next 7 days. What about my singles? Fell off the back end. Happy days are here again. La la la. Yes, baby. Sun energy. This could be you birthing a new child. If you are pregnant and you're going into labor in pronto, darling dears. Yes, baby. Baby come when baby want to come. You are having a son. And I heard the word Malik. And then I heard Malawi. Listen, it's all going on. Sun energy also speaks about the raising your vibrations. Yes, my single fire signs over the next 7 days. Some of you will be traveling. Maybe you're booking trips to go abroad, darling dears. Yes, you are. Let's pull another card. Tower moment. But beware of a tower moment. Good golly and gosh, what? Be careful of travel issues, especially if you're going to book anything around. I believe it's the oh my god, I believe that's around the 15th or 16th. Be careful of your travel plans, darling dear. Be very careful. We also have what? A 2. Yes, you are seeking new things. You want to learn new things, but you have to. Wisdom is for the wise. Page of Swords, darling dears. Yeah, definitely raising your vibration. And it's about you what? Not allowing past actions to block your blessings. This could also be somebody going into counseling. Go for it, darling dears. You can get a counselor on Better Health, and you interview the counselors. If you're not happy with the first session, there's other people to choose from. You interview your counselor so you find the right one for you, not one that's going to tell you what it is, or one that you've got no connection just so you can say you've got a counselor. No, that would be so wrong. And it will burden you even worse. Spiritual burdens, blood. Yeah, but my singles, you're having a fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely time. Tower moment could also be the change of direction, the sudden change of life path that is going to happen for you over the next 7 days. 2 of Cups is about you seeking equilibrium, darling dears. Finding a new balance or a soulmate, a true soulmate, not old blowtorch turning up in your life. The 2 of Cups is also about dates. If you're single, this is the time for you to go on dates, darling dears. But we do the research before we give up the good. You find out everything, right? Fucking everything. Yeah? Okay. Right. For my couples, we have the Chariot energy. This is fast movement. And again, this is travel. Yeah, if you've got travel plans, be careful of the date or day you travel them on. Yeah. We've got the Hermit energy. Somebody's going to be stuck somewhere. The isolation of the Hermit. You're going to be stuck. Queen of Pentacles, possibly the Mother energy, is going to be stuck, unable to travel. Why? Knight of Cups. Clarify the Knight of Cups. Okay then. Someone's got a superstition, darling dears, about traveling on a specific day. Listen to her. The Queen of Pentacles is wise. Her or him. Right, listen to them. If they get a premonition not to go, don't go. What will happen if you go and they tell you not to go? Listen, it's over for you, darling dears. World card on its face could also represent some kind of illness, something happening that is repetitive or long-standing. Remember, pay attention. If you get a premonition from someone not to go somewhere, listen to them, darling dears. Yes, they know what they're talking about. They are being spiritually guided to be your protector, an earth angel for you. Remember, I told you that. Any final card? The final card fell right out. Queen of Swords, darling dears. This is someone who is highly intelligent, whether you're male or female. You've been round the old rodeo. You've got the t-shirt and the mug. This is about you using your intellect, your knowledge, but it's also about you using your what? Your sixth sense, your spiritual gifts, darling dears. Fire sign is very spiritual. Meeting the sword sign, listen, double spiritual tap. Yeah. The Queen of Swords, darling dears. Lean in, bestie. Lean in. It tells me that you are extremely intelligent, and if you are looking for a partnership, you're going to find somebody who is quick, intelligent, on the same mental standing as you, darling dears, but you have a common interest. Why? Because you talk and you love knowledge, darling dears. It also speaks about you gaining a new perspective on past relationships, past situations, darling dears, realizing that they were the stepping stones to the greatness, the blessings that you're about to be gifted with over the next 7 days. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, my Patreon, or my TikToks, where I also upload videos. If you'd like a personal read, please hit me up in the Gmail. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, cat. Cat, cat.
Hey, big cat, welcome to my therapy. Quitters never win, but we're always growing. Hey there, big cat, let's chase the highest vibration. Together we'll create a new world, a brand new nation.